What is poppin'? Sean Don coming back with another technical analysis video. What's new? Here we have Danny Roberts, personal best of 74, 79, almost, I don't know, almost 75 meters. Breaking out onto the scene this year in the United States. So let's break it down. Alright, one more time. Danny's throws always look super easy and super smooth, which I'm kind of jealous of. Yeah, so I think this is, judging by the look of the ball, I would say it's a 16-pound ball. Looks like that Velasa 16-pound. Could be wrong, though. I don't know. But yeah, so this whole left-handed thing is going to be tricky for me. But yeah, so through the winds, a little step back. First off, I don't know how you're doing that. I don't know how you're wearing a hat forwards and being able to wind the ball. That's just it's one thing that I've never been able to do. So kind of jealous, Danny, but yeah, on to the actual throw. So I kind of like how you keep your hands higher over here while the ball's on your left side of your body. I'm going to have to step up. The ball gets nice and long. And then you do a good job of turning with the ball in the entry. You can see everything's pretty much lined up. Your left side's maybe a little early. Maybe a hair early. And then hips, you can see shift back just a little bit. So your hips right there, and then as the ball comes through, he shifts back to the right. You're kind of dropping that left side to get that right side around. And then you can see, I think posture, even outside of that, your shoulders are a little bit forward and hips are a little bit backwards. Just a minor detail. I think, yeah, if you can push your hips forward more and get your spine away from the ball a little bit more as it comes through zero, and then really work this left leg to get the ball around out to the right, that would make your entry just a little bit better. It's pretty good as it is. Very nice, long and relaxed and connected. But that'll help set you up better for the catch and one, because even you can see here your hips are back more and your shoulders are forward more, and it's kind of an inefficient position. You catch the ball relatively good in terms of positions of the ball in relation to your body. Square it up as the ball comes through to zero. Very solid. But then you can see your right hip is going to shift back again to make way for your left side to come forward. And I think that's why your low point shifts throughout the duration of the throw. This left side you're feeling really good tension throughout what looks like your right side. But because of that, you're always trying to feel the tension from your right side. So then your right side is pretty much overactive throughout the entire throw. And then you can see the low points start to shift more and more. So then by the time you release, your low points maybe at, what would that be, if that's zero? I don't know if things get flipped when you throw left-handed. Oh boy. I don't know, but let's say if it's started at 12, it's now over to like 1:30, almost 2 o'clock. And generally, whenever I feel the low point shift to what would be my left or your right in this scenario, I feel like the throw gets pretty empty, and then it's just kind of you just trying to pull that right side more and more just to keep up. But So yeah, I think if you, once again, keep this left hip stable, work this right side more, and then really try to keep your hips more square to the ball. And same thing here. You can see you're pretty squared up. I think this is in the middle of the second or third turn. Squared up once again. But then same thing, hip kind of shifts back out of the way. And even still here, you can see that your hips are back and your shoulders are a little bit forward. I should say shoulders are where you want them to be, but your hips are a little bit too far back. So then you come around once again and catch feet lined up, ball at about, 9 o'clock, maybe a little bit before. And then you can see the right side start to go more here. This is kind of typical, for an American hammer thrower in the last turn or two, just for this this right side shoulder if you're left-handed, or left side shoulder if you're right-handed, to kind of go a little bit earlier, and the head goes as well. But here you can see the left side, that left knee is really working into that right knee good. Like I said, I think that's what you do very well throughout the throw, is that both sides of the body are turning with the ball at all times, not so much ahead of it. Besides, you can just see the left shoulder go, or the right shoulder going. But you still have that same kind of shift back with that left hip, and then this right hip driving through when it needs to go around the left hip. Oh wait, I'm saying that backwards. Left hip, or right hip shifts back, left hip has to go around it, not kind of replacing it. And then once again, you're pretty neutral in terms of the feet here, not catching super early. Balls once again at about 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'm all backwards, damn it, Danny. 9 o'clock. And then you come through on the finish. Damn it, dude, I wish you could. Do you have shoulder problems, Danny? I know you can't answer this question, but it's like you're afraid to let your arms go above your head and release with just a little bit of upward motion. But yeah, so overall, like I said, left side and right side moves with the ball very well. Connection looks pretty solid. But as you start to accelerate, especially in 2, 3, and 4, you can see that right side start to do most of the work instead of keeping that tension with the left side. And I think that's why the orbit shifts. I had this similar problem right around USA, as my left side was getting overactive, and low point was shifting real bad. But once I've started focusing more on my right hand drills, or in your case left hand drills, that kept it more even throughout the throw. Besides that, I like the acceleration through the winds. You can see the ball doesn't really slow down at all, even though you're still trying to throw what looks like easy. But then your rhythm, your rhythm's okay. One more time. Yeah. Decent. Like I said, I think you just need to work on really working the ball with the hips more. Your hips kind of shift away from the ball, and that's just a little inefficient. But besides that, really feel this, feel that left side work through here. Try not to start that right side going too early, because you can see there's just a little bit of over rotation in the feet right there, just a little bit, and then from there it just gets more and more. But your double support is good on the back end, better on the back end than it is on the front end. So let's go back to the start one more time through looking at that stuff. So you catch, well, you come off of entry with the ball at about 3 o'clock and land at probably just before 9, and then a little bit past 3 o'clock, which is rare in the men's hammer. I think looking at the biomechanics analysis of the 2017 World Champs, I think they said the men hammer throwers tended to leave double support earlier and enter it earlier, as opposed to the women who would work double support longer and enter it later relative to degrees. So like you're kind of not saying you're throwing this like a woman, but based on that statistics from the World Champs, you're working double support longer and entering double support later, at least for the typical American, or typical male hammer thrower, I should say. But yeah, same thing, second catch, 9, and then a little past 3, 9, and a little before 3, but that's typical. Third turn's hard to work really long. And then coming through. So yeah, looked at a whole bunch of things. So yeah, you do with that low point, or with that double support ending with the ball past 3 o'clock, you do a good job of letting the ball get free. It's just your reaction time to the ball is a little behind, and that's why I think you over-rotate a little bit in the low point shifts, in addition to that right side being a little overactive. Let the ball get free out to the right, and then just work the hips in, try to relax, and then get back to work. So, good throw, Danny. Keeping it effortless, as always. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you want a technical analysis of your own, hit me up. It only costs $15. It's like 2 Chipotle burritos. 2 Chipotle burritos, or throw farther. Your pick. Alright. Thanks for watching. Peace out.